Welcome back to Hardcore Heroes, everybody. So, Malachi, you've talked to this wizard, you've explored the library, you've gotten some information, but it appears that there is no answer to the questions you are asking.
Yes, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, in lieu of, is it nighttime now?
You can wait until nighttime if you need be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay another night and then I'll leave in the morning.
All right.
You leave in the morning by the same way that you came in. And
Yeah, but I cast fly, I relearn fly, and I'll invis, and then I'll leave, and I'll stop and I'll fly close to the ground and recast fly 2 more times to try and get as far as I can.
Sure.
Yeah, well,
Yes, along the road at some point.
Yeah.
Because we turned back.
yeah. I think we would. Where would we be?
I think we'd probably go back a few hours and just stop.
So I guess I'll see you pretty quick then.
We did go for a day, so it might take you a good chunk of the day to find us.
Yeah,
we
I think
might-
it takes probably another full day of Malachi walking and flying to reach you guys, and you all meet back up on the 7th of October. Did you guys have food in the cart and everything? Jeeves usually packs you guys supplies.
No, but I could have taken Goodberry and Create Water and basically solved it with that.
Okay, so you guys are finding no pleasure in your food, just a single berry a day.
It is
good.
a full meal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a full meal. Just don't get to enjoy the food. You take one raspberry.
I cast Age Plant on a fruit tree, Neil.
You produce 1.2 million apples.
Somebody posted that on Reddit about feeding all the villagers by aging a fruit tree 70 years. And
If you age 7
disgusting,
apple trees 70 years, it produces 1.2 million apples.
But,
If the spell were like that.
yeah.
The spell doesn't work like
Yeah,
that.
no.
It would only produce maybe
I mean,
one.
it'd be pretty great though.
Yeah.
Oh, and Neil, I have a grub skill of 8. I don't enjoy the food anyway. So.
Well,
I've never
a
actually
shame.
rolled my grub skill. I mean,
I had.
it's only the most important stat of all.
Van will eat almost
Oh.
anything.
Okay, I'll do it too. 12.
All right, so 8 through 13 is average. So Sean has a greater. I'm sorry, Van Helsing has a greater than average appreciation of food. While
Higher score means you'll just like more things, right?
you enjoy food more than
Okay.
others. And you can kind of interpret that as however you want. You might say a low grub skill is a really refined palate where you can't eat that plebeian crap. You have to eat the very nicest things. Or it just might mean that, you just don't really, you think of food as fuel and don't really care. It's up to your interpretation how you want to play that out.
Sure.
So I find the party along the road, do I?
Yes.
Fly back down, turn visible. What's up, guys?
At least you didn't speak before turning visible.
Yep, I know, I'm learning. Well, spent a couple of days there. I scoured the library, spoke to some of the local wizards, and there's no information to be gained.
Huh.
I told a wizard there that we'd killed all the clerics. So, with any luck, maybe the gates will be down or open the next time we come visit, but
I don't think we got all the clerics, Malachi.
well, this guy was saying that it's been pretty calm for the last week or so.
Right, but the temple burned down 2 days after. And all of these recent attempted murders, I think that a bunch of them were out in the wilds. I think we killed probably the leadership.
Didn't you say
Well-
that the temple burned down in August?
Wait, you said the temple burned down 2 days after we did the thing, right, Neil?
No, I don't think he did. I think it was weeks before.
You're muted.
Oh, yeah.
After you did what thing?
The temple burned down 2 days after we killed all the Malchus clerics, right?
Oh God, no. No.
Oh, okay, so it was months before.
Yes.
Okay. You
Yeah,
said the
yeah.
24th. I wasn't paying
It
attention.
was the 24th of August, and you guys were
Okay.
on the
So
did that
it's
on the
been-
22nd
okay.
of September.
Yeah.
That makes it make sense.
So I think we got them all. We can always read that guy's mind when we get back to Shirebrook. But look, I say this as we're walking back to Stromheim or in the carriage. I think that I don't know. I think it could be some sort of shadow dragon. But dragons tend to work with sort of lower intelligence tribal monsters near where they live. Those bullywugs that attacked that town. I'd say there's a chance. I mean, they're probably working with the dragon, or probably know of it. Maybe we could capture a bullywug. It should be quite straightforward.
Sure, we could try and find the bullywugs who massacred the village. We could go to the village that was massacred, and I could try and find an obsidian spearhead.
Yep.
By the way, Van, you said you could find something from the treasure pile Malachi saw. Did you see anything specific or outstanding? I mean, it could be just a. Is it just a
Gold, gems, silver, armor, weapons, all sorts of things. It's a massive treasure pile. But I'm going to be honest. I think if we go near that pile, we die.
Yeah, I agree. If it is a dragon, I have to say, we are not. At least I'm not going anywhere near that cave. I know what I'm capable of. Killing a dragon.
I don't think I can either. And with all the clerics in the city dead, I think
Depends on the dragon. Not all dragons are that tough.
If this is a dragon, it can create an illusionary field of darkness, apparently, or something to blind people. That is maybe how much? 150 yards. Or more.
200 yards across.
200
beyond
yards.
that, none of them remember what happened to them. They weren't like attacked inside of that darkness. They simply fell asleep, died. I don't know.
Well, let's say it is a dragon. How does the dragon get all the people from the village into its cave where it eats them without
Well, if it can
destroying the
cast,
village?
if it is able to cast spells, maybe it has something for that.
It seems like a powerful spell that could move 200 bodies.
It must be powerful to be able to knock all these people out.
Maybe he just piled them up on top of each other on a tensor's floating disk.
I don't know.
So
What do you say to the bullywugs, though?
We can do the bullywugs. I think that's a better avenue to search right now than this dragon.
you guys aren't going to go try and talk to Nixum,
Nixon?
the gold dragon here?
Oh, can we
Oh.
get to him from outside the city?
Do you guys know where the dragon lives?
I do not.
I've
Well,
just
then
read a
maybe not.
shitload of books on dragons. I
You
probably
did
would.
just read a shitload of books on dragons. So if you look at the map,
Yeah.
just north of Stromheim, there's this big lake. That is Storm Scale Lake, and that is where Nixum lives. You would have read in these books that the history of the area is once upon a time there was a small family of cloud giants that had built an underwater castle in the lake. Eventually they died or moved away or something. Their departure was left fuzzy in the book. It was just said this was built by cloud giants once upon a time. And that is where Nixum lives,
In under the water?
in the underwater lake castle, supposedly. You know, it's not like a lot of people can go underwater and find her there, but that is her.
I could do that.
We're near there, though, aren't we?
Yeah, you guys are right near that.
We might as well go to Copperhill first and check in on Joris. We're already one day over there.
Really?
I do know what could transform tiny ants into very big ants.
Can you put your mic closer, Bastion? Sometimes you get a little quiet.
Okay.
I could, I don't know about the ants kind. That sounds strange. Are you sure you didn't just have too much drink?
We saw how many 30 ants eating horses or carrying horses off.
Oh, that sounds gross. I probably could have dealt with that if I'd have been there, but do you really think we need to go back to Copper Hill?
I guess we could do it after. We might as well see if there's a floating castle under the water. I can help out with that.
I mean, I was thinking maybe I'll just go and fly over the lake and shout its name until it comes.
Yeah,
we can just go into the castle. There's nothing stopping me from doing that.
I think maybe you should think about trying to be respectful.
I mean, if we were to walk up to the gate and attempt to hail it, would that not be respectful?
That's not be respectful.
I won't walk into the castle without asking permission.
How long can we breathe for?
7 hours.
Well, we'd have to find the castle first. Maybe when you is the lake clear, Neil? I've flown over it recently. Was it or flown near it? Is the water clear? Like, do I reckon I could maybe see the castle if I flew over?
Ooh, I don't think it's clear enough to see the castle when flying over.
But let's
Yeah.
Malachi,
let's sleep for the night.
The castle
Go ahead.
have, well, there must be some magic about it, because I don't think it can breathe underwater if it not is electricity, water drain or something. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it can do a lot of things that we don't know about.
Yeah, but you probably could detect magic, right? And
Yeah, that's true.
we don't know how deep the lake is, but
I'll try that actually. Are we by the lake now, Neil?
You can be.
Coincidentally. I will. I will I'll cast one of my fly spells.
Sure, but that would be another day. So you're heading into that direction. So it would take you guys another day of heading back that way.
Okay. So I'm gonna take some new spells.
Oh, okay.
Also, we switched over to October, and we forgot to do our monthly expenses. So just pay it up.
50
I'll
gold.
let you guys figure it all out. I don't.
600.
Yeah. So you guys are now back near the lake. There's not really.
Yeah.
You can either come from the road down this way or the road up this way. Those are the two shortest methods to get to the lake. I don't know which one you want to do.
Do I have any indication which part of the lake the castle is in?
No.
I'm
The
real-
deepest part is where it said.
Malachi, do you have any spell that's bombastic enough for you to get something's attention from outside the castle? Could you fire something off underwater, like some show of lights, magic missile, or something maybe?
Well, like to try and get the dragon's attention.
Yeah,
I
So I'm
don't know.
I can speak underwater, but I'm not, or I can breathe underwater. I'm not sure if I'd be able to speak. Neil, would I if I could breathe? Okay.
I don't know if firing something over the lake is the best way.
No, not over the lake. I want to approach the gates and just make some sort of light show to get its attention.
I don't really know. I'm sure if I mean, I really think that calling out its name probably would work. If I just flew over it.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to see this castle.
Yeah. No, I get that, but the cloud giants, are they friendly?
I mean, Cloud Giants built it, but do you think that they still live there? Do you think they'd attack us on sight?
I think they do still live there, don't they, Neil? Is that part of the legend?
No, they're gone.
Oh, no, maybe the cloud giants are gone.
I don't know.
All right, well, let's
try it.
Why don't we make camp at the edge of the lake here and try it in the morning?
Okay.
So we'll go down to this bit, Neil, and if we're coming from up here, then we'll camp like down there.
Sure. You camp on the edge of the lake. It is quite a large lake, actually. It's many miles across.
All right.
You can see some mountains on the other side, but you can't actually see the end of the lake from your spot on the side of it. You can only really see like 3 miles to the horizon, and the lake is larger than 3 miles across, so it's difficult for you to see anything.
So when we get here, then I'll cast another fly spell, and then cast. I'll get over it, like in the middle of this bit here, and cast detect magic and look around.
All right, so what's the range of detect magic?
Oh, yeah, I'll have to get pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's only like a few yards or something.
Oh, it's only 60 feet. It's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, it's not going to work for you.
I won't even do it. Yeah, it's true.
Ooh. If we only have 2 of us go down in the water tomorrow, I could locate object and try and find a castle. But only 2 of us can go in the water if that's the case.
We could, I could cast fly on you, and you could locate object that way, and then come back, and then we could go the next day.
You know what else I could do? Locate objects lasts for 8 hours. I could cast nap on myself. And have all the spells ready after that.
A shrug.
Let's do that. I like this idea. So we're gonna sleep for the night.
The question is, who is staying on the shore? Because
No, all 3 of us can go down with this plan. We can all go down. We're good.
Okay, so
what about Jeeves?
I'll stay on the shore, good sir. I have no intention of seeing a dragon.
I don't mean that, but this is a dangerous area. This is in the wild.
I think he should. If he stays in the carriage, he should be relatively safe. Locks the doors.
Yeah, I'm sure
Maybe-
we'll find Jeeves.
I don't plan to go down there for hours and hours on end. I just want to find that castle and be done with it.
Maybe
Oh, I can do a bit of fishing. I always carry my pole on me.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about Jeeves. That guy fought a giant and lived.
maybe you should stone skin him just to be safe. You can,
He doesn't want to do it.
No, no, thank you, my lord. I would interfere with my activities.
yeah, does
Oh
Jeeves
yeah.
does Jeeves have any weapons on him?
Yeah, he's got a sword.
It's got a
Sword?
sword and some leather armor.
Okay.
All right, Neil. So we're gonna sleep for the night.
You guys sleep for the night. Yep. We go on to the next day. It is now Sunday, the 9th of October.
Okay, I wake up. I cast water breathing on the three of us, and then I cast nap on myself.
And you fitfully fall asleep.
Yep.
It's a very peaceful day here on this edge of the lake. You guys have no problems with any monsters or creatures while Van is sleeping.
Okay.
Neil, if I observe the area around the lake, does this seem, or does this area seem especially peaceful, or?
I don't know about especially peaceful, but it certainly does
I mean,
seem peaceful.
Compared to maybe the areas we've been to, Thornwood Forest, the plains around Stromheim, the road, like a general feeling that this place seems safer.
Sure. Let your guard down. That's fine. You can relax here.
I don't say about letting my guard down. Just if I get this feeling that this place seems safer than others.
Yeah, sure. You feel fairly relaxed and safe here. It's a warm day. There's this beautiful, fairly clear lake out before you. There's no one else around.
I don't
You know, you
trust
can just
it.
see the mountains and the hills about. You can't see any other people. It's just you and your, I guess you would call them your two best friends? Maybe? I guess by default they're your two best friends, but, you know.
I think so.
Everyone else is dead.
Yeah, and this, this servant guy who treats you like a royalty or something, and
I repeatedly say him that he does not need to do that.
he keeps doing it anyway.
I'm just a commoner.
Yeah. You know, you got your bow. Hey, you can finally work on your bow here while you guys rest by the lakeside, and you've got plenty of arrows, and you're eating these berries, but you're still well fed, and God, it's a nice, warm, sunny October day. Go for a swim. Jeeves is fishing. You know, maybe this is a life. Maybe you should just settle here and retire. This is a pretty good lakeside.
Thinking this, kind suddenly steps back. Okay, I don't like this. This is really.
God, it's too
I-
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is too nice. It is eerily nice.
Neil, if I can freely breathe underwater, can I do spells with verbal components?
I think we talked about this before. No casting of spells underwater.
So, I mean, if I can freely breathe, wouldn't I still be able to mouth the words even if they don't
No
travel?
casting of spells underwater.
Fine.
Maybe
What
you
about
could research
spells?
some spell that would allow you to cast spells underwater, but I think that would be
What?
fairly high level.
What about spells that only require somatics?
That's fine. Yeah, but no verbal components.
Everything has a verbal component.
Oh man.
Everything has a verbal component.
Oh.
Then maybe you should research some quiet spells.
Yeah. God, this lakeside's so nice. Everyone takes a nap while Van takes a nap. know it's been only been an hour.
I keep my eyes open. I don't take.
Make me a wisdom, a constitution check.
Both of us.
No, just kind.
You bastard. Okay, come on. Yeah, I succeed.
All right, you stay awake. All right, an hour passes. Van Helsing wakes up. Malachi is
All right,
snoring softly.
I take some new third level spells,
Great.
and I am then going to I'm going to say let's go, and Van's going to cast free action on himself and head under the water.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
Uh,
they last
and-
for 70 minutes.
What have you cast anything on your friends for like water
Water
breathing?
walking.
Water
Or water
walking.
breathing, yeah. No, breathing, sorry. That
Breathing?
was-
Okay.
Yeah. And that's 6 hours left on that. Or 5.5 now.
I have to look at my equipment because.
Yeah.
Yeah, Van, do you go into the water with all your armor?
I'll clean it later.
I mean,
Malachi, you're gonna have to leave your spellbooks behind.
Yep.
All of them.
While Van's napping then, I'm going to spend some time digging a little hole with the shovel on the carriage and bury them.
I will. I follow this, and also put into the hole my pouch with coins, my daggers, and in the carriage I take my bow and all my arrows because they are useless underwater.
Neil, last time, somebody just said this in chat, last time you said we couldn't cast spells underwater was because I couldn't breathe underwater.
No casting spells underwater.
And so it was.
All right, you guys descend into the lake.
So I wanna go like force marching, because we're only gonna force march for a little while since I have free action for 70 minutes.
Okay.
Does it do?
I don't know what you mean by force marching.
Force marching lets you go a little bit faster, but it'll exhaust you over the course of the day.
Yeah, but that's for like overland, like long.
But I am
overland.
basically overland movement.
Yeah. So you guys hurry while you're underwater. Cool.
It's not like
Am I swimming, though?
you have to.
Right. Yeah.
None of you know how to swim, right?
I do.
Yeah, Kai knows how to swim. I think Malachi might. No, we discovered this already. Malachi and Van Helsing don't know how to swim, but Kine does.
Right. I don't have to.
So if I don't swim, then what happens when I go in?
Well, you're kind of buoyant. You don't really know how to swim. Maybe you could take some rocks and walk along the bottom. Or maybe you
feel
could
like-
hold on to Kine with a rope and he could swim you guys around. I don't know.
Once I'm on the ground, though, would I not? Were you saying I'd float back
would.
up?
Humans float by nature. If you don't,
If you grab some rocks, though, you would sink. If they
Well,
had
then
to.
again, if you fill your lungs with water via water-breathing spell,
Yeah.
that would
that
yeah.
would definitely help keep you a little bit.
If you were
closer
just
around.
You could take some of Van's armor and have it where you do.
honestly, if you just slung my shield over his back or something, that might help. It's another 10
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, so all of your lungs fill with water, like that strange scene in the abyss, and you guys sink to well, you take some sort of rocks or something heavy with you to help you sink. Kine, you can swim around freely, no problem. The other ones kind of have to trudge along the bottom of the lake. It's silty. It's maybe like 6 inches thick of this really loose, light material that you just kind of like ooze into. Eventually, it starts getting in your boots. You probably don't even wear boots underwater. That'd be awkward and uncomfortable. So it kind of like squishes between your toes, and you can feel like worms or something writhing in the ground underneath it. It's really uncomfortable. There's
And
tall
how-
seagrass everywhere, and you see eels darting in between, and little reeds, little crabs shuffle along the floor. Fish, large and small, swim about.
All right. I will take Van's shield, by the way. That's how I weigh myself down.
How well can we see?
You can see maybe like, well, at the surface level, you can see fairly far. The deeper you go, the shorter your vision becomes.
Do we need to pull out the stone to be able to see once we get to the bottom?
You haven't reached the bottom yet. Is that something you're willing to do?
If we need it to be able to see anywhere at all,
Sure.
then yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk through the lake. As you get deeper and deeper in the lake, you eventually have to pull out the stone and kind of just trek into this vast area of water. You have, did you say 75 minutes?
70 minutes.
Okay.
A free action plus hours and hours of water.
Do you have
breathing.
free action on everyone?
Just me, but I have free action for 70 minutes. And then we have like 5 hours left of water breathing.
Oh, 5 hours of water breathing.
Yeah, we got tons of that.
All right, so Van can move very quickly. You can move underwater as if you were walking on land.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of in that slow motion walk that you do when you're underwater. So Van can like run off down there and then look and come back and be like, gesture.
Neil, I
But
can
at this
swim.
point, you guys cannot speak to one another in character.
Neil, I can swim, so I don't walk.
Cool. Yeah, you're fine. Malachi is.
If it's quicker, though, I'll hold on to Kine.
Sure.
If it's quicker.
Yeah.
I try to drag you along. That you holding my hand or arm because
Probably like wrapped around you so you can still move your arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just cuddles onto you from behind while you swim.
Yeah, he wraps his arms around your torso.
It's the most human contact Kine has had in a long time.
He nestles his cheek against your back.
I feel helpless down here.
Yeah, probably my hair is somehow waving in your face.
Yeah, I don't like it down here.
You guys trudge through the bottom when you see writhing towards you a very long, shimmering golden eel.
Golden eel. I pull out my scimitar, but I don't make the first move.
I go up to Van and give him a motion to
No,
lower this.
you can show him the motion, but don't tell him what it means.
Like I have it out. I'm not like pointing at it. I have my scimitar
right.
out and at the ready, like in case I don't make the first move. I have it out like as a defense.
So when I say very long golden eel, I mean it's like 300 feet long and maybe 10 feet across,
Okay.
covered in golden scales. And it
Okay.
kind of just like writhes up towards you guys, and then coils, almost like the sigil of House Song. Kind of coils in a little bit and cocks its head at you on the side.
Van is going to motion up toward the surface and kind of point up and point toward it and then point up again.
It dives and kind of slips underneath of you guys so that you're resting on its back and makes its way for the surface, dragging you along with it.
Awesome.
Until you guys break free onto the surface of the lake.
Yeah.
All right. Can I cast a spell?
When you get onto the surface, you may.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast fly and just float in the. Speak to it from the air rather than the surface of the water.
Sure. Everyone else?
I'll wait. So once it brought us up to the surface, is it going to land?
Yeah, it brings you to the surface, kind of like gives you an opportunity to step off onto the shore, and then it curls around. Jeeves is there with his fishing pole, but he's kind of dropped it in the water, and he's just staring.
I say, are you capable of speaking common?
Of course I am, little man.
Oh, that's convenient. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use telepathy. It's a bit of a pain to get working.
I have never seen the three of you before. I'm most certain.
Are you the gold dragon that lives in this lake?
I am.
I give it a deep bow. It's an honor to meet you.
Yeah, I'll bow back. Or I'll add it as well.
Yeah, I don't have to do the flying thing if it drops stuff on the shore, by the way.
Okay.
And then I'll say, we, as much as I'd like to exchange pleasantries, we come here with a matter of some importance. Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Shadow Mountains?
Of course. I have lived here for many long years. I know a little about every subject that touches the land.
We've been doing some research on it. And after seeing its lair, we have reason to believe it might be some form of dragon. Do you know anything about this?
A dragon in the Shadow Mountains.
Creature of shadow.
Some sort of shadow dragon?
Interesting name, but I am quite certain there is no such creature like that, either here or in our ancestral home.
Well, could it come your ancestral home? Where is it? If I may ask.
To the north, over the sea, above the clouds.
So, do you know much of the curse? Perhaps you could shed some light on the mysteries that we've been facing. Entire villages of people disappeared. No trace of a battle.
In fact, if you're willing to speak with us tomorrow, I'd be capable of showing you everything that we've seen firsthand.
Can I tell you a story?
Of course.
Please do.
Once upon a time, there was a brave family of settlers. They looked far and wide for a place to call their own, and finding none, set their eyes across the sea, to the east. They had no boat, but determined that they could swim across and find a new land. And so they set out one morning and swam across the sea. They all drowned. It was far too far for them to swim. Similarly, your settlers move into lands hostile to them and die.
But Malachi,
This is the
It is
way of the world. Humans do
understand.
not have any particular right to any patch of land. If there is something in there keeping you out, that is your problem. It is not inherently your land.
Indeed. But how else to take land if not through conquest? But how do you conquer that which you can't find?
it is it is not about the Hidden Valley. This, whatever it is, we suspect it to be a dragon. Attacks villages out of the reach of the mountains, near Shirebrook.
It is getting
able to
closer.
It is able to cast an incredible strong illusion. Something that blinds people. It is able to abduct villagers without leaving any trace. And eats them. We also saw at least these two.
Do you not eat chickens, cows, pigs, birds?
Of course, but don't you think the chickens would fight back if they could?
I'm most certain they would.
Indeed, well, I have the means to fight back. I just need to know what it is I'm fighting.
Question, if you may. Just, if it were to be a dragon, what would this mean for this land? For you? For all the other dragons?
If it were a dragon there, it would mean nothing. If it were a dragon, it would have been there for generations.
But what if
Nothing
it
would
was-
change. It would
If it
simply
were-
be a continuation of what has already been.
And if it was evil?
I don't
detest it.
understand what you're asking.
It is not a matter of evil or not. This is starting suddenly. Suddenly, legends and stories tell that people disappear if they're going near the mountains or into the valley. But at least I have never heard anything about whole villages outside the valley disappearing. Something has awakened or appeared that is suddenly taking control or showing its existence.
Sounds
never
like a difficult problem.
You said it can't be a dragon from your home if it is anything like Malachi described. Are there any other places a dragon could come from? If it is, like you said, or like he said, a dragon of shadows, would he come from a place of shadows?
It is not unthinkable that there are creatures that exist beyond my knowledge.
But if you don't know, and no scholar in the whole kingdom knows, then how are we to find out?
That is the real question. Let me ask you another. If this thing, if it is even a single thing, is so dangerous as to wipe out entire villages, do you want to find it?
Van kind of smiles at that.
We don't want. We want to know what it is. Not exactly find it. We know where its lair is.
And if you find out what it is, then what?
We can choose our next course of action.
Do you plan to fight this thing that has been guarding this area for generation upon generation and has remained undetected?
Perhaps.
If it is,
That is very brave of you.
We are great
if it
heroes.
is a dragon, Malachi. If it is a dragon or something similar in power, then we can't fight it.
Not all dragons are as magnificent as our friend here.
Magnificence is not equal. Does not equal power. They
But not
know
all are as powerful as him.
all dragons are powerful, but that is the important thing. More powerful than mortals.
Not all dragons are more powerful than all mortals.
You know, this business with a creature in the Shadow Mountains may not interest you, but there's something that might. You occasionally advise the Queen of Stromheim, correct?
We have our chats, as I have with each ruler for the last few hundred years.
Are you aware of the current goings-on in this region of the land?
They are most troubling.
We have knowledge about that. It's
Oh.
a group of cultists serving Malchus have been going around murdering nobles and some peasants, looking to cause chaos, break the world's order down.
Have they succeeded?
I would say so.
What a shame.
Not completely, because not every target was murdered, but they certainly shook up the world. or
And
the
what
land.
do you, great heroes, seek to do about this?
We don't know. That's why we've come to find you.
Anyway,
Are you
we-
looking for me to solve your problems for you?
No.
To
We want
whip
advice.
my tail and breathe my fire and set the world aflame?
No. I want advice on what we can do going forward.
Man seeks counsel. well?
Some as wise as you.
I asked the cleric of Malchus about this, and he didn't know either, but perhaps you know something. It's only faint, and this could be a bit of a false start, but Malchus's constellation is now starting to peek over the horizon, and stars from it are missing.
Yes.
Do you know what this could mean?
This has troubled even myself. It is possible Malchus has hidden himself away, left the realm of the gods, walks this very earth or another realm altogether. It is possible that the constellation missing could mean he is dead, but I feel his presence even now. He is very much still alive.
Do you think it... I know this might be beyond your knowledge, but do you think he has come down to this earth?
What would this even mean for us?
I do not believe he sets foot on Arcadia. There are many lands beyond this one. His presence here would be distinctly noticed. If he does walk the earth, he does so far, far away. Even I cannot understand the will of the gods.
Then, well, we might have to look into solving the crisis in Shirebrook first.
So tell me, little people, what are you going to do?
Head to this thing's lair and catch a glimpse of it ourselves.
Looking, that is the most foolish action. If it is as powerful as a dragon, if it is a dragon, unknown to even the dragons already existing, catching a glimpse of it would probably mean certain death.
Is that something you are afraid of?
Indeed.
This is your quest, Kine.
If you
Right.
are afraid of dying, you should put down that bow and sword. Pick up a plow.
Fear
know-
fear of death is what keeps a fighter alive. A fool without fear is probably a very quick dead fool. I know to pick fights I can fight. I can win. If I just run into the arms of death, I would achieve nothing.
What would you have us do, Great Worm?
Long
Is
question.
there anything that you need?
My desires extend beyond your temporary lifespans. I have my world. It is quite pleasant.
Seemed it.
Do
Then
not
you-
worry about me, though I certainly appreciate the thought.
I haven't found anyone else in this world worthy of serving.
I do not ask anyone to serve me. Your life ought to be spent in pursuit of those things you desire.
What if I desire power? Do you know where I can find it?
There is an enclave of wizards that live in the sky. There is knowledge there to be found for those that are willing to dedicate the time and energy. There are hidden treasures throughout the world.
Are there any nearby? I do fancy myself quite the adventurer.
I try not to meddle directly in the ways of things. I will not point you in the direction of any of these myself. I give
If you-
counsel, not answers.
If you may, you asked us what to do, what we will do from now on. At least I think, and I look at Van and Malachi, we should solve the crisis in Shirebrook. Many people fled from their villages out of fear.
Let us find these bullywugs and interrogate them.
Sure. This may not have been exactly what I was hoping, but I think I took something from this. As a,
You seem most disappointed, Claire
I
of
wouldn't,
Crete
I wouldn't
Chiefs.
quite say so. However, if you want to be a little bit more knowledgeable about exactly what is going on, tomorrow I could cast a spell that would allow you to see what I've seen. I could share with you all the information I learned about these Malchus cultists. If you truly do give counsel to the rulers of this world, perhaps you can help them. I
That
can't
is-
get into Stromheim or speak to the royal family myself, but perhaps you could.
The Queen has taken to listening to her own. I'm a I only advise as desired.
Either way, would you like to go through this process tomorrow morning?
It seems important to you that I know these things.
I don't know what's coming in the future, and I'd rather share this information with anyone I deem trustworthy. Anyone who can help with the days to come is a welcome ally in my books.
You are a kind-hearted man. I'm sure your goddess appreciates your dedication to the world. What do you believe her views on this situation to be? She has the most peculiar path.
To her, change may seem... there is ugliness in the chaos, but there can be beauty too. And I think I'll reserve my opinion on that until I've seen it for myself.
How do you expect to affect change in our time?
To be honest, I have no idea.
What will you do?
Right now?
People are dying. There are hungry people fleeing the south. Nobles, temples, clerics going up in flames. Creatures of darkness and shadow. What have you done in the last week to make the world a better place?
Sought you out.
And how has that worked out for you?
Not quite as we hoped. Next, I'll return to Shirebrook. I intend to question the remaining cleric, find out some further leads. I don't know what to expect from the change to come, but these clerics murdered many people, and I'll see that they find their justice for that.
I shall be back at dawn. We shall learn what you have to say and hear.
All right.
Good day to you, travelers.
You as well.
Heroes. And the golden worm slips beneath the lapping waves of the lake and disappears from sight.
Well, that was an experience.
Maybe somewhat disappointing, but I think
Even this dragon doesn't know.
we're making... I think the issues that are plaguing the world, all of this chaos that's coming to head, takes a higher priority than the Curse of the Shadow Mountains. I don't think we can even solve that issue right now.
We should concentrate on the things we can solve. If you want to interrogate a Bullywug, Malachi, you are free to do so, but...
So what do you suggest, Kine?
We should concentrate on the matters at hand.
Which is?
We can solve Shirebrook, people who are fleeing from their villages. We can't solve the cause of the fear, but we can try to solve the resulting consequences.
You're going to become a farmer?
No, but you could try to at least do something.
I've spent the last year doing everything I can for this kingdom, and what thanks do I get?
To be honest, Malachi, we might as well just carve out some stretch of the wilderness, build a keep out somewhere.
You know,
The Queen won't even listen to us.
Malachi, it is not always about receiving some reward. It is nice and pleasing to receive something for helping people, but maybe you should think about being a bit more selfless sometimes.
I've been traveling around with Van here for a while now, doing nice things, helping people. Shrug. It's not done much for me. Even now, we risk our lives killing these people, and the Queen, the Countess in Thornwood, won't even hear our story. Won't even speak to us. Completely ungrateful. Let them stick to their frivolous ways, lock their gates, scared of the world.
Well, Perhaps Malachi. People like us could take power and change the world for the better, but that's a conversation for another time.
Maybe I should head back to the library and see if I can find any more of those ancient temples that Joris took us to.
You could look into that.
If you want to.
However, I'm going to meet with the dragon tomorrow morning.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you want to do other than just share the information?
So I'm going to tell it. I do want to ask it something afterwards, but first I'm going to tell it. I'm going to show it us encounter, or like all of the different things that we learned about the clerics first. So like the butchering families and who we've tied their murders to. I'm going to show them us encountering the clerics and killing them, capturing the leader, bringing them back to Shirebrook. I'll show, and then I'm going to switch gears and show the stuff from the Shadow Mountains, like people, the like shadowy haze that we saw from people's vision.
Right.
Us scrying on the caves, like my scrying the cave, and then Malachi's clairvoyance and clairaudience that I have now. And I just try to show it everything that I can.
Okay. Well, I think we should just gloss over that because that can take a long time for
and
roleplay.
Afterwards, I'm going to say this might. I'd hate to overstep my bounds here, but I understand dragons collect quite a few items in their rather long lifespans. I'm trying to do good in this world, but it's not simply my person that's kept me alive this long. So you can see I've encountered quite a few items that have protected me along the way, and I kind of like indicate toward the sword and tap on the armor. I say, if you have anything that you could lend to me in assistance for this journey, I would appreciate it.
I whisper to Kine, he's got balls, I'll give him that.
If a dragon could smile, it does. And it's not like a pleasant human smile, it's like a ferocious, big, nasty teeth dripping with saliva and kind of an acidic breath coming off of it. It looks more like a dog baring its teeth at you. But you think it's a smile because there's this weird chortle coming from its throat. It doesn't give you an answer. It just kind of looks at you funnily for a little while and then slowly starts slipping backwards beneath the waves.
All right.
Yeah. So that said, we're going to take our longer break here. Our players and I are going to go get some dinner. And then we'll be back for another period of time, a couple hours maybe. So the stream's going to stay up, and we'll have some random background music going. And when the music dies down, you consider that the lights in the theater that we're about to start. So we'll be back in half an hour-ish.
Yep.
Set your clocks, and we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.
Bye.